thugs violently disrupted a meeting at our Bulawayo offices. As the president of the party, I condemn in the strongest terms these callous acts of violence committed by these people. Our Vice President, Honorable Thokozani Kupe, together with other members of the national leadership, were manhandled by these thugs, resulting in the Vice President having to seek medical attention. Her position as party's Vice President, her dignity and her status as a woman, a mother and a role model to many young women, was immensely undermined in the process. This misguided behavior puts the name of the party and our beliefs into serious disrepute, both nationally and internationally. On the flip side, one wonders what motivated this callous behavior and whose cause was being advanced that is now turning out to be a benefit to our detractors. Only on Saturday, the 5th of August, 2017, we successfully launched the MDC Alliance, an event that has overwhelming national support. Before sunset, a few misguided elements decided to dampen that national spirit and the momentum of our new path to democracy. I understand there are a few culprits who have been apprehended by the police. And as leader of the party, I regard this incident as a criminal act and that these thugs must face the full wrath of the law. I have since activated our own internal investigations and appropriate disciplinary measures will be taken against the perpetrators or anyone behind them. Our party has been a victim of state-sponsored violence for many years since our existence. We have never been perpetrators of violence, and we have never adopted the ZANU-PF template of violence. We have lost over 500 supporters, leaders due to political violence. I, for one, have been a victim of violence at the hands of the state. Bashed in a police station, in many circumstances, left for dead, while there have been many attempts on my life. We are investigating this incident with the intention of taking stern action against any of our members who may have been involved in this dastardly act. At the same time, we are not ruling out the invisible hand of the state, as it had the huge motive to dose our successful spirit of the Alliance on Saturday. As I said at the launch of the MDC Alliance, this is not going to be an easy road. It needs MDC supporters to remain focused and to stay away from unhealthy intra-party intolerance. The launch of the MDC Alliance speaks to the bigger picture for the need of a new Zimbabwe. And yesterday's incident should be condemned by all patriotic and God-fearing Zimbabweans, as it is at variance with the new country that we want to build. I want to conclude by saying that if anyone thinks violence will detract us and divert us from the alliance that we launched on Saturday, then they are very wrong. I have an exclusive mandate given to me by my party, National Council, to which I reported 11 days ago, to proceed with working with others as dictated by the people of Zimbabwe, whom I met on a 1.5 months of consultations. There's no going back on the notion of Zimbabweans working together to unseat this regime, which we must not emulate. And I remember the comments by one old Linga when I was doing consultation, who emphasized that when you are president of the country, don't emulate Mugabe's footsteps. We must not be diverted and keeping our eyes on the ball, alleviating the people of Zimbabwe from their suffering. That must be the focus and nothing else. Thank you.